Hi. I want to say good morning, but I realize it's 1 o'clock. So thank you very much, Beth. And Beth is also a Women Tech Makers. That's where she invited me to come up to Boston. And I'm really excited to be here. It was a wonderful train ride up. I really like the city, so hopefully I'll get a chance to see the city after this spectacular event. Thank you very much for coming and attending. Today we're going to talk about salary negotiations for a new position, a raise, or a promotion, and professional development so you can keep on negotiating your salary every time. A little background about myself. Like Beth said, I am a Women Tech Maker. I've been organizing GDG for about 4 years, 4.5. I see some faces who have actually come down to GDG Bronx where I organize. I'm the Northeast mentor for the region. We have the largest region in North America. Really productive. I'm excited to be here at the DevFest/Kotlin event. So let's kick it off. When should you negotiate? Why should you negotiate? And how? Well, when, we already mentioned that. When you get a new offer, we want you, they tell you, right? You're like, yes, I want you too, but is the price right? Is this the right deal for me? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You need to think your way through and figure out how you're going to get the best deal so that you're there long term and happy. Why? Not everyone negotiates, although they should. You want the best deal? Work for it. And how? That's the real important part. No one's born a negotiator, or maybe some people are. I wasn't. And I still have issues at home with my kids. Negotiating. Can I have pumpkin pie? It's like you didn't eat your dinner. Why do you want pumpkin pie? Well, Mom, there's a box for food, and it's full. There's a box for dessert, and it's empty. How do you say no to that? So, taking some notes from my kids, I figured out how to support my argument and make a case so that I could get my pumpkin pie without eating my dinner. No, with eating my dinner too, though. So, we want you. You get a new offer. You need to think about it. Take some time. Come back. Bring to the table what it is that will entice them to increase that offer. And we're going to talk about what goes into a package, because it's not just base salary, although base salary is the most important. Base salary, sign-on bonus, flex time, meaning work from home, work remote, or possibly additional paid time off. Relocation stipend if you need to move for this new fantastic offer, your dream job. Professional title. It could lead to additional money down the road, depending on how the company organizes promotions and bans, let's say. Team, whether you have one or not, you're managing a team, or you're a member, a team lead. If you get to choose who will be on your team and build your own, if you get to choose which team you will join, those are all things that you might want to negotiate. Now, not everything is negotiable, obviously, but you can ask, doesn't hurt. Equity shares. Let's say it's not a large company and they really can't offer you much more on the salary. That doesn't mean you can't say, all right, let's exchange some stock options. Let me get a percentage. And when we hit it big, it'll be to my benefit. 401k. Depending on where this position is, it may be a standard package for everyone, or some companies offer a match, some offer a higher match. And if you have multiple offers on your table, you might want to consider that in your package when you are doing your comparisons. Health insurance or health savings plans. If you know that you have an ill family member, maybe this is something that's more important to you than equity shares. It's a personal choice, and we'll go through and maybe even write some stuff down about how to prioritize. Commuter benefits. You can ask to be compensated for your trips into the office, in addition to any travel that needs to be done in order to meet a client. Different from when you are joining a new company is when you're at the same company and you are seeking a raise. Again, you have an opportunity come review time to negotiate your package. What are the usual items that you'll negotiate for? Well, base salary, number one, as always, annual bonus, increase in percentage of annual bonus, or yield on return bonus, however they might state it for you. Flex time, maybe additional week's vacation, or maybe 1 week additional vacation. Equity shares, yet again, if that's the final opportunity to win some money in your pocket, because it won't be immediate. A promotion, so a change in title with addition to your salary. An additional bonus. More responsibility, of course, with your promotion. Let's say you wanted a raise. Like, well, you can get a raise, but you need to take on additional responsibilities. You're like, all right, I'll take a promotion. Sure, no problem. But I need to work 1 day from home. Or I need to do a 4-day work week and work my additional hours. Or I'll work Saturdays, no problem. Do my extra work, answer emails, make sure that I keep the team going. Just pay me more. Can I add people to my team? Can I build my own team? That's one thing you might want to negotiate. And again, we're talking about the relocation and the equity shares. All right, so why? Why negotiate? Anybody know why? Not just about the money, right? Yes, partially because of the money, but time is money. You want to feel like your company values you. You want to definitely be paid what you're worth. Maybe you're looking for balance, a work-life balance, and you need to negotiate that additional time off. If you're at a stage in your life where you have small children, or you have an elderly parent, or some other reason that you may need to negotiate that flex time, well, take the opportunity to negotiate it. So, upwards and onwards, right? Why negotiate? Again, we're asking this question. If you're negotiating your base salary, you have short-term benefits and longer-term benefits. The higher you start out, the higher your raise will be, even if it's at a constant percentage. The higher your next position starting salary will be, because it's based on that first negotiation. Doesn't mean that if you're not straight out of college, you can't negotiate. Bless you. You can still negotiate and increase your salary, increase your entire package, improve your current status and your future status. Another reason, in addition to the current benefit of negotiating your salary or your package, is that your employer will see that you have good negotiation skills. Having good negotiation skills will benefit them because they can put you in a room with a client and be confident that you'll win the deal. You'll be able to bring the client over to the side that you want to bring the client and not depend on somebody else to make the deal for you. Even though we are tech people here, we play different roles. We need to negotiate why we want to build the system a certain way, whether it is in-house with our team or client-facing. So by negotiating, we prove immediately to our employer that we have the skills needed to get our way, in a nice way. Never in a mean way in arm wrestling. But additionally, if you don't ask for something, you probably won't get it. I don't see anybody throwing money at us just because we're standing here. Do you? So maybe if we ask, they will, but they may not. So we can try. Another reason why to negotiate, city by city. We're in Boston. So this is a study from last year, 2018. We're almost ending 2019. And you'll see 39% said yes last year that they negotiated. 55% said yes this year that they negotiated. And in Boston, we're right in the middle. Around 52% of people negotiate to increase their package, their salary. Most hiring managers expect it. And with each year that passes by, more and more people are negotiating. There are links in the notes. I'll share the link to the slides and you can see the notes and read the articles. There are links in the notes that show from 2008, 2014, who was actually negotiating and who wasn't, based on their answers, of course. So if the managers expect it, what does that say? That says they're not going to give us their final highest offer upon saying we want you. In order to get there or get near there, we need to do some research and figure out what is considered a competitive package in that area. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Gender. Everybody's heard of this pay gap, right? Okay. Sometimes it's situational, sometimes it's not. But as a woman, I need to say, women need to negotiate even more than men because studies show, and again, links are in the notes, studies show that women don't always advocate for themselves. In fact, they feel uncomfortable advocating for themselves and perform much better when advocating for someone else. We should make an attempt to change that. We can do the work, we should get the pay. Many times we get the pay, many times we don't. But if we don't ask, most likely we won't get it. Especially if managers expect everyone equally to negotiate and therefore dish out that first offer that's a little bit lower than the going rate. So in an attempt to improve this pay gap, we should negotiate. And I want you to notice something else. We have, aside from gender differences, we have age differences. So the younger someone is, the more likely they are to negotiate. I find that very interesting. Now, I don't know whether it is because it's a different generation, a different mindset, or they just say, hey, the industry is booming right now. I can negotiate all over the place. We've had a few bubbles, so maybe those who are in the older ranges, either 35 to 54 and have seen the bubbles, or nearing retirement, although in our industry, 20 years past that 55, you can still be working happily. How? This is what you're interested in, right? Have I convinced you the why? Have I convinced you that you should? Are you interested in learning how? Or improving your skills on how? I know I am. Nobody's a perfect negotiator. At least I haven't met one yet. Has anyone met a perfect negotiator? No? Okay, so then you're not contesting my argument. I do like it when people contest my argument, though. It provides a ground for negotiation. So, what's important when you plan on negotiating? Know your worth. In addition to knowing all your data structures, your algorithms, all your tools, your IDE, your backend, your front end, all of the tech-savvy skills, current trends, going and learning Kotlin now because nobody's using Java anymore for Android development, and now you're going to be doing a dual platform. All right, great. You learned all that. You're a pro. If you don't negotiate, you think you'll get paid what you're worth? No. So let's do our research. collect some data. There are many resources online, unlike 20 years ago, where with a few clicks of our keyboard and hitting search, we can find out what the going rate is for someone with familiar skills in the location that we're looking for a position with an appropriate title. And then go to another website, see how accurate the first one was. Go to 3-4, salary.com, Glassdoor, Indeed. Yeah, even Monster still has data. Does anyone still use Monster? I'm curious. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. But I saw some data there too. I was like, huh, still works. That's not a bash to Monster, so just because I'm being taped, all right? Calculate. After you collect all your data, you need to calculate. Some things are easily calculatable. Let's say base salary, that's an obvious one. But once you get your hands on inside info such as 401k match or percentage bonus that they might give, if you know someone that works for the company that you're applying to, if you know someone that works for another company nearby in the same location, you can collect even more data. So let's use our tech skills, let's use our social skills, and then let's calculate to see what makes up that entire package and whether it is a competitive package or not. Know your skills. That's important. And decide or dream. What's your ideal package? Can everybody take a few seconds and just think about a position that they've maybe seen recently and what they would like to make in that position? What other benefits besides base salary would you be interested in negotiating? Do some soul searching and some dreaming. Dreaming is fun because nobody can say, no, we're not going to give it to you. You're at the fun phase. Yes, give me everything. The moon, the stars, the sun, the sky. Make sure, though, that what you're dreaming of is relevant for the position you're planning on applying to or have already applied to, and that it is in the same region. We all know that compensation packages, vary by region. So, I'm from New York. Salaries in New York City are not the same as salaries in Albany. If I look up Albany salaries or Rochester, New York salaries, they are much different than New York salaries. And cost of living is also different. Just like Boston, salaries are pretty high here, but cost of living is also very high. Prioritize. So I've said this a few times, base salary is number one. But beyond the base salary, take your phone, take a paper, take your computer, take your palm, write down what it is that is important to you in the compensation package. In addition to the base salary, is it the bonus, is it the flex time, is it the health savings? What is it really, and what are you willing to give up? After you've done your prioritization, it's time to make a decision. What is your bottom line? When is it that you will stop negotiating and walk away? Or, even better, accept the offer. Because if you only have one offer and you're walking away, maybe you'll get another one, maybe you won't, depends on your circumstances. If you are currently gainfully employed, happy where you're working, and just happen to be interviewing because you want to move up and you receive an offer, then the ball's in your court. You don't need to give in so much. It doesn't mean be rude or anything. Just have more bargaining to work with. So now you're going to plan. You know your bottom line. You know when it is that you'll accept or reject the offer. You know your dream. You know what is considered a competitive package. What points support your case? You know your skills. Better than anyone else, you know your own skills. You know what you bring to the table, what sets you apart. Because there could be 100 other candidates, and most likely there are 100 other candidates, with your title, with a similar role to yours that are applying for that position, but they chose you. They gave you the offer. There must be something extremely special about you that will benefit the team and benefit the company. So make sure you tie into that and use it for your negotiation. Of course, if you don't have your market comparisons available from your previous research, then it's pointless. Because you could say, give me $3 million, and they'll say, excuse me, I think you need to tack off a zero and maybe do some division, or whatever it is. How not to negotiate. Don't ever make it personal. Anybody want to spit out a how not to negotiate? What might you never say? How rude of an offer. I can't believe it. Don't say that, right? I need the money. I have bills to pay. What's another one? You can chime in. I'll give you the mic.
I just had a baby.
I just had a baby. I earned more than this a year ago. None of those. Any other good ones? You'll never find anyone better than me. I mean, you can say that in a different way, right? Say, I'm the best one for this team because of whatever. But you don't want to say, you won't find anyone better than me. You're going to just be, I don't want to say a word, you're going to be in trouble, okay? You can't live without me, or whatever it is. And really, seriously, don't say.
I am a role model, Jerry. I have a family to support. You hear me? I want to stay in Arizona. I want my new contract. But I like you. Yes, I like you, Jerry. My wife likes you. You're good to my wife. I will stay with you.
That's great. I'm really happy.
Are you listening?
Yes.
That's what we do for you. God bless you, Jerry. But this is what you're going to do for me. You listen? Jerry?
Yeah, what can I do for you, Ron? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family matter. Are you ready, Jerry? I'm ready. I want to make sure you're ready. Here it is. Show me the money.
I said the law overflows, but still got it. Jerry, here's money. Yeah, show you the money.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah. Show.
Seriously? Show me the money? You might want to say that, but, I mean, come on. This was a great movie, and that actually worked. He got the money. But only because Jerry Maguire was so desperate. Don't ever say, show me the money. You can say it inside, say it at home, say it jokingly. Don't send it in an email, please. Imagine sending that in an email, that would be crazy. But let's focus more on the how to negotiate. Well, be polite. Be authentic. Be professional. Be cooperative. They want you and you want to work with them. It's mutual. Find a mutually beneficial package. Find some common ground. Show your gratitude. Show your enthusiasm. It's okay to be enthusiastic. In fact, it's good to be enthusiastic. Support your case so that it doesn't seem like I want, I need, I just had a baby, I have bills to pay, or whatever it might be. This city is so expensive. So here's an example. Let's say they offer you X dollars. You're like, oh, that's not good enough. I know you can do better. How do you phrase it into an email? If you can, use email. And we'll talk about the why in a second. Hi, fantastic future employer, or hiring manager, or HR, or recruiter, whoever it might be. Thank you for offering me the position with XYZ company. I am excited to be considered for this position and look forward to becoming a valuable asset to whatever their company or project. Now, before accepting the offer, I would like to address the proposed compensation. As we discussed, whenever it was discussed, I have however many years of experience in whatever industry, relative work, where I successfully, now list a few accomplishments from that list that you made earlier, and support your case. Then bring it together to say that, given my experience and expertise, I know I can bring a great deal of value to the company. I appreciate the offer, but I'm seeking a salary in the range of whatever the lower bound to upper bound is. Price it accordingly, because whatever you specify at that moment, you're going to come back just a little bit lower. Don't overdo it though. And support online resources or attached reports is comparable or competitive. If they ever use the word competitive, we offer competitive packages. Your turn to use it back. So please let me know when we can discuss the salary further. I look forward to hearing from you soon. You can change the wording, of course. It's just a template, just an example, so that we have something to talk about. Why email? Thinking on your feet when you're not used to negotiating salary all the time, because unless you're a hiring manager, a recruiter, or in HR, the only time that you happen to be negotiating salary is when it's for you. And that might be once a year or under more frequent drifts every 6 months or so. So use the email because you can process your thoughts clearly, backspace, rephrase, look up example templates, and really support your case in the best way possible. If you must use phone, because at some point you will need to negotiate over the phone, have your plan ahead of time. Don't read from a script, but know what you need to say and what not to say. Make sure you're well-fed, well-caffeinated possibly, so that you don't have a low blood sugar, can't think straight, whatever might be the case, or get agitated easily. Now, that was for the counter offer. What if you've already discussed the base salary and they really just don't have any more room in the budget for that, but there are other options that you can negotiate? How might you want to phrase it? Again, just an example. Hello, fantastic person. Thank you again for offering me the position with the company and for getting back to me. They got back to you really fast. Mention it. You appreciate that they're rapid about it. It took them a while to just say for getting back to me. Regarding the salary, it's unfortunate that the increasing salary is not an option. However, I still very much look forward to joining the company with a fitting package. So, in the previous slide and this slide, if you notice, because this is an email, you want to make proper use of the real estate. And you know how when you get an email, whether it's on your phone or on a computer, you can see the first few lines? Strategically, you're thinking and you're saying before accepting, they're going to see this. I'm like, oh great, they're interested. Oh man, you need to negotiate further. In both of these. So now you say, I'm open to discussing alternate compensation, and you provide them leeway or segue into what it is that they can offer you. Given my experience and expertise, you want to hint at, I'm qualified, don't forget, but don't be over dramatic about it. And don't forget to thank them. So let's say you found some agreement. You accept the offer because it was a good match. What's next? Track your accomplishments. Track them. Now I'm going to be super strict every single day. None of us do that. That would be fantastic. That would be the ideal scenario. We track and we tack down. I did 1, 2, 3 today. I did 1, 2, 3 yesterday. I did 1, 2, 3 the day before, and you know what? Tomorrow I happen to accomplish 1, 2, 3. Don't just track what you're doing, and of course, not on a daily basis because we have things to do, not just tracking. But track how you saved the company money, or how you brought in money, or how your project brought in new ideas, or what it is that you built that benefited the team and the company. What it is that you brought to the table so you can use it in your next salary review or in your next job at another company. Remember, though, to build your skills also. So, can you take a minute, track 3 accomplishments? I really would like that. Tell yourself, I did this, 1, 2, 3. Right now, I'm not kidding. Interactive. See, some people are moving. We have a phone, take it out. Give yourself kudos. Give yourself some kudos. I did this. What are some things that you're very proud of and you can use in the near future? As I'm talking to convince the rest of you that are not moving, because you're all awesome and I'm sure you all have done something great recently. I won't ask you to read them, I promise. So feel free. They're yours. Track them. What did you do that saved your company money? What did you do that earned your company money? What did you do that cut time? Time is money, correct? Did you optimize some solution? Write it down. What was the effect of that optimization? Why was that optimization necessary? Not just I did this, but I did this, and this is the never-ending waterfall of effect because of it. I would say 10 things, but 1, 2, 3. So use metrics. Built an amazing tool to do whatever it did. As a result, nobody needs to answer their emails anymore because that bot answers it for them. Save the company dollars by consolidating all of these queries. Acquire new clients because I was so good at negotiating. Whatever it might be. So hopefully you wrote it down. I saw some people moving and writing things down. Take this, write it down later as well. Build skills. You're all here today to continue building your skills. Whether you are new at Kotlin, guess what? I'm new at Kotlin. I know Java. I've been using it for many, many, many years. Many years. Not Kotlin. So I hope to learn something today and tomorrow as well, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm going to enjoy the event along with you. So go to meetups, attend conferences like you are today. Find some track that interests you. Earn a certificate. Certificates lead to money. If that's not convincing, what can I tell you? Maybe you don't need the money. Maybe you don't want the money. Maybe you didn't have a baby. Maybe you don't have an expensive city that you live in. Fine, I'll take it. I'll share it too. So, another option, go back to school. If you have the time, the energy, and the money, or your company pays for it. If your company is paying for school, find the time. Because that will bring you much more money later. Now, money doesn't always bring happiness. Sometimes it brings exhaustion because you're working for it. But it could be that good kind of exhaustion because you're productive and you are improving solutions, building your own, being creative. Find a pet project. Find something that interests you outside of work. You can use that. Maybe your employer will become interested in it at some point. You never know. Or you can go and create a startup as a result. And if you just want to read a book, read a book. Or go to do some code labs. Follow the trending technologies. Keep building your skills so that you can keep adding to your list of accomplishments, so you can keep adding to your list of skills, and keep improving your lifestyle. Step up to challenges. It's easy to sit in the back and hide and say, let somebody else do the work. But it's also important to make sure that you take the lead. Say, I know nobody really wants to do this, I'll do it. Sometimes it can lead to really good things. Sometimes you might regret it, but if you don't try, will you know? And most of the time, it leads to really good things, possible promotions, or just exciting adventures. Have an idea, implement it. Get other people to follow your crazy idea. It's always really cool. And use everything you've learned, everything you've built to negotiate again and again. Prove what you want or what you think you deserve is what you deserve. And just get it. Make it seem like an offer they can't refuse. Because you support your point so well. And you really do have the skills to go with it. So we have some resources, and the next slide shows the bit.ly for it. It's bit.ly salary negotiations -EVA. And the only reason I had to put my name there was because salary negotiations is overtaken. Glassdoor, salary.com, Indeed, Career Builder, the Muse, Forbes. We have some don'ts and we have some do's, right? CIO.com, and again, we use Glassdoor. Fielder's salary negotiation. There are email samples in addition to the one that's in the slides, or in addition to the ones that are in the slides. A script that you can follow. Like I said before, don't read it word for word, because you don't know what they'll be answering you. And if you're reading the script and they're talking to you, that won't work very well. And then salary negotiation scripts for any job. I want to wish you good luck, and I thank you very much for attending my talk. I know that today and tomorrow will be a very fun and educational experience for all of us, or for most of us, because those who don't need to learn Kotlin, then it'll just be a fun experience. So thank you, good luck, there's a bit.ly, and I hope to meet and greet a lot of you later.
We got a couple minutes for questions. Russ has a mic if you want to speak up and ask a question.
If you want anonymous questions, that works too. I don't know, some people might be shy.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Hi. How do you handle it when the recruiters are trying to get you to name a number first?
Ha. So how do you handle it when the recruiters are trying to get you to name a number first? So if you've done your research, you know what number you want. And it is risky, because if you're out of their range, they might not be able to afford you. But if it is a legitimate range, and you name it, or even better, name the number specifically, higher than what you're aiming for, just by a little percentage, then you know right off the bat, should you waste your time? Because a recruiter's job is to find suitable people for the position and get them through the interview process to hopefully make that connection. They're going to make money off of it. But you want to, in the long run, make the right amount of money for your skills. So name a number, but do your research before you name a number. If you can avoid it, and they're not too pushy because some are really, really good at the job, then ask them to specify what the budget is. That's always a better solution.
Yeah, I always turn it around and say, well, tell me what the range is. Do you know the range? I want to know the range for this position before I give you a number. Yeah, well...
She said turn it around, I want to know what the range is.
Yeah, answer the question with a question.
If you can. If
There's someone in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, another question is like, usually this goes in circles as you showed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever we go like as a candidate, like we usually expense all our supporting points right in our first conversation. But the recruiters come back and they can throw different options. And sometimes like we'll end up repeating the same supporting points which might not be as persuasive. So how do we handle, say, using our supporting points for this whole process? Like, is it advisable for us to like hold on few things in our first conversation and rather wait?
Yes. So should we hold on to a few things and wait, or should we use them all up in our first, second conversation? Try not to use them all up. Although you want to bring everything you have and show them, I'm awesome, hire me now, you don't want to use up all your points. As with any negotiation, you never show all your cards. I guess I could say it's a poker game. You don't show your cards until the end. And try to make sure that your list of supporting reasons is long enough that you still have some in your pocket. You have the ace in your pocket or ace in your sleeve. But if they ever claim competitive salary, or if they ever give you a number, or you have some inside information that you're allowed to reveal, of course, don't want to throw anyone under the bus, you can use that to your benefit and state, in the previous conversation, this was said. It actually happened to me personally, and I used it and it worked. Or you can say, in this region, this is the salary, boom, boom, boom. That's competitive. Given my skills, I would expect a competitive salary. So always save something, if you can. Other questions?
So my question is, if your company tends to promote and kind of skip that negotiation process and just say, oh, you've been promoted, how do you kind of bring awareness to them, like, you might have a heads up, but it doesn't seem like there's a negotiation process to it. Like, how do you kind of tell them, oh, I want to negotiate my salary?
So that's a very good question. How do you tell them you want to negotiate your salary when they don't necessarily have a window for that negotiation? If possible, schedule a meeting when you and your manager have time without any interruptions, and go prepared. It is a negotiation you're entering. Do your research, do everything you need to do as if it were starting from scratch again. Be thankful for the promotion, be eager for the promotion, and have the details ready. Don't compare with any single person from that company. Compare with market. Not, oh, my friends on team A got this much. What's going on? No way. But this online resource, this article, this job that's posted internally states that. My promotion is equal to or greater than that. What can we do? And ask them, what can we do? Or what can be done? So they can take it back.
Like create the structure for a negotiation for yourself if they haven't done it that way is I think a simple answer.
Right, thank you.
Great. I think we oh, one more. Sorry.
Negotiations always seem like they're very combative, where there's a winner and a loser. Oftentimes in the workplace, you're not really looking to leave the company if you're just trying to negotiate a pay raise or a promotion, salary bump, or whatever it may be. Can you talk about just the mindset you're going to go into a negotiation, so that way if you don't come away with whatever it is you want, or you don't feel like you're really missing out?
So it shouldn't feel combative, although it might feel that way. You want to go in there with a good mood, with good intentions, with them being happy and feeling like they got a good deal. Like, yeah, I got Simply really cheap and they're awesome. And you feeling, I'm getting paid well, or I'm getting paid well enough for what I'm worth. So make sure that you're always polite, you're always courteous. Like I said before, I get hungry a lot, so I like to eat every 2 hours. If I'm hungry, I'm not ready for a negotiation. Let's put it that way. So whatever ticks you, make sure you've eliminated all your ticks. If you need to drink water, if you need to eat, if you need to take a moment after you've done your preparation to enter that negotiation with a smile, with good intentions, and keeping a friendly atmosphere. They're not going to come back to you like, no way, or at least they shouldn't. That's very unprofessional.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.